Okay, so in starting to make YouTube videos, I needed to work out how to do them, all the technical stuff, but more so the obstacles, what was standing in my way for being able to do this. And I discovered there was two main things. One was my fear and my vulnerability that I feel standing in front of a camera and talking, and the other was how to talk in front of a camera and appear natural. We all have I suppose a photo face. Well, most people I know do, where as soon as the camera's on you, you start to stiffen up and your shoulders go up and you get your camera smile on. So trying to learn how to talk was or is a biggie for me. So firstly, feeling vulnerable in front of the camera. It's a very different feeling to me. I know when I started out as an artist, and I've been an artist for a long time now, that first feeling of when you're first putting your paintings up on the wall in a gallery or somewhere where people might view them, there's this fear of being judged, of people somehow seeing them and judging you for what you're doing. I don't have a problem with that anymore. I've shown my art a lot now, and I mean, I've done some ugly art, and yeah, each piece I do is an expression of where I am right now. This piece I feel a bit embarrassed about actually having sent this to a gallery at one stage. Yeah, it's made out of paper mache, and yeah, I was into monsters and all sorts of stuff like that then. But this piece, yeah, looking at it now, it is a bit clumsy, well, very clumsy, but I'm not ashamed of it either. It's a piece that I did then, and that was the best I could do then. I've moved on to more elaborate pieces that are a lot more elegant and a lot more technically better. So, and this piece I'm quite happy with too. So now I feel like when I'm putting stuff in a gallery, I don't much care about people's opinions. I'm quite confident to make the work, do it the best I can, and put it out in the world, and I don't feel that same attachment to it. Whereas doing these videos, it takes me right back to when I was a beginning artist and a little bit unsure about putting my efforts out in the world. So I've been looking at putting these videos out into the world much the same as I do with my artworks, and trying to get my head around that, and that this is the best I can do for now, and be happy with it. They won't be technically good, there will be issues, I may look clumsy, but I'm okay with that, or getting okay with it, we'll say. So I'm more at home with when I'm making art, when I'm busy sculpting and painting something and creating something. That's really my happy place, and I hope I can learn to be happy with this form of art too, because it is another form of art and a type of artistic expression. I want to do these things and do them to the best of my ability. So I know I'm going to make clumsy videos, and some of them are going to be awkward, and I'm going to look back on them when I get better, and I will get better. I'll keep practicing and practicing and practicing. So yeah, this is another art form for me that I'm going to keep working on, and that will keep getting better and more refined, I suppose. So the next thing was the how to speak comfortably on camera. I'm using the first thing was a space where I can do this, where I can practice and pop in and do a little bit more. So I've got it in my art studio. Well, it's more of an art room. I do most of my work out in the kitchen where it's just a little bit warmer, the light's better, and it's a little less crowded. This room really contains my cardboard box collection, because everyone needs a good cardboard box collection, and all my artworks and all my supplies. So I started to get, when I was trying to get a bit easier with it all, I've actually stuck a picture of a young woman on my tripod. So I call her Mary. I don't know what her real name is. To help me think that I'm talking to a person rather than just a camera. I felt Mary was a little bit judgy though, because she doesn't look like she's terribly worried about being in front of the camera. She seems to be a very good model, in fact. I found her in a hairdressing magazine. So I've dragged in Medusa, so she's in the background there cheering me on as well, because everyone needs a Medusa cheering her on in the background. So there's heaps of information on YouTube. People way more qualified and experienced than me to teach you if you're interested in having a go at this sort of thing, no matter what your project is. I think it's important to find people that gel with you, that who have a feeling that you want to emulate in your own stuff, and yeah, people you can relate to. That's the best things to look up. And I think bit by bit, I think every time I do this, I'm learning a little bit more. It's like the couple of times we went skiing, I was quite excited about how every time I went out, I learnt a little bit more. So that was fantastic. In fact, when me and my husband finally progressed from the learner's slope, and on the learner's slope you get taught how to make a big pizza, a wedge shape with your feet to stop, and we thought we'd adventure out, and we thought we were pretty good, and we got to this huge big hill, and I said to Al, how are we going to get down this? And he just looks at me and says, we'll just have to do an effing big pizza. So I'm thinking of this like sliding down a hill. I'm just using my meagre skills and doing a big pizza all the way down. And I'm not sure if that's the best story, because after I fell off the chairlift and had to get taken off the hill, we decided that summer holidays were more for us. But yeah, so it's probably not the best analogy. So there's no easy way to do this. I think boringly, the old-fashioned things like perseverance and hard work is the only way to do this, to keep doing it, practicing. So I think for me, definitely defining those obstacles lets me see them rather than being all around and it's too big to try. Defining those obstacles, that being a bit scared and vulnerable in front of the camera, and how to speak to the camera are two of the biggies. The technical skills I'm still chipping away at. There's still a lot that I have to learn in that aspect, but yeah, I'm going to get there. It's just, yeah. And one day it's going to be fun. Thanks for watching.